Black Ops 2. I'm honestly mixed here, because with the previous two games, with World at War launching with one map, I mean, it was simple though, you knew what to do, it wasn't that hard. And with Black Ops, you had like roughly 3 maps if you're counting Dead Ops, and all of them had different styles and were simple enough as well, with some having a different complexities. Black Ops 2 starter map was Transit. I don't like Transit. The only way to be able to get around anywhere was a bus. And unless you want to get absolutely butt fucked or face fucked by some little gremlin things, that's the only way you managed to get around. So for me, Black Ops 2 was a bit of a mixed bag in terms of enjoyment. DLC I didn't play again at all. And in terms of like Chronicles for Black Ops 3, you only got Origins. Which Origins is of course a banger map, except for the only issue that it's meant to be based on World War I. For some reason everyone's carrying on MP40s and STG-44s, which breaks my skull a bit. But fuck it, it's Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty. Mob of the Dead though, I played that one time at a mate's. That was probably the map for me that was like peak Black Ops 2 Zombies. So for me, Black Ops 2 Zombies just wasn't that fun for me. I didn't really think of much. I mean, the new characters were quite fun, but Black Ops 2 for me doesn't have a strong enough connection for me to actually think of anything big besides it was pretty good. It didn't stick for me as well as other ones. Especially Transit. I fucking hate Transit. I don't know why people from Black Ops 3 are like, oh, Transit's not that bad, it's pretty good. It's not. Maybe Town, the separate part of Transit, that's pretty good. But if you take any other element that is of Transit, then if you ask me, it's fucking garbage. Do you have a say on like Black Ops 2? I mean, obviously, if you could, I know you said a few moments ago that you had, you know a lot about the timeline thanks to Origins and Black Ops 2.
This defies logic.
Leaving Black Ops 1 behind. It was hard. It was hard because
Out of the way!
I was thinking, okay, is there going to be like anything else on hobby?
Get out of there!
What do you
It is unwise to stand in the path of the robot.
If we go backward, magically, something else.
Perhaps you will choose to sacrifice yourself for the greater
When I
good.
saw the trailer for Zombie Mode of Black Ops 2, I was impressed. I was like, yo, okay, so the map is gonna be huge. The map is gonna be huge. We're gonna have to travel a lot and all that shit. And I thought the game mode was gonna be different, you know, not especially round-based, but somewhere like, you know, somewhere like kind of open world-ish, you know. When I saw the trailer, and I was like, okay, yeah, okay. So it takes place on Earth while it's destroyed. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's not our original characters, but I think like, yo, I was thinking, okay, yeah, they died on the roof, right? And when I played it, I was like, I was super excited. The first match that I played on it was good. All right, I liked it and all that shit. But the further I played, and the more I realized how it was a complicated match, you know. I would get stuck somewhere, I would get stuck in the fucking road, left behind by the bus. I would fucking ass kicked by those gremlin shit, you know.
Denizens, I think. That's what they're called.
Yeah,
denizens.
Yeah, denizens. And all that
Assholes.
shit. The lava was a pain in the ass. Just constantly jumping around and all that shit. Okay. Okay. Like, that was an idea, that was a purpose, but I don't think they hit at the right spot. Right?
You insult me with your insolence.
Oh god, that map. Don't, please no, that map.
I gotta talk about it, bitch. Die Rise.
My friend insane.
It was slightly more better.
A message from the ancients. Claims to be trapped.
The floors felt like they're made of butter.
What?
The floors felt like they're made of butter on that map. If you slid slightly once or near the edge, you fucking fell.
Yeah,
You should
but
not have disturbed the graves of the ancients.
it's either that or the denizens. I would take more fucking that. than
Fair enough.
the
What
denizens.
about the jumping
Alright.
jacks though? They were a fucking hassle.
They were easy to kill. They were easy to kill. If you were in a right spot, they were easy to kill. It's not because they're jumping that they're super fast and that
Your
you
touch
can't,
offends me.
like, you know, kill them.
A
And-
weapon manifests itself from the thin air. This defies reason.
It had his up and downs just like every map. Alright? The down part was like, yo, falling, all that shit, jumping from building to building. That concept was okay, but at one point it was like annoying. Just keep jumping. Elevators, which had perks
The
and all that
spirits
shit.
of my
if you missed
ancestors
them, you're
are with
fucked.
me.
Like, you know, pack a punch in an elevator. Nah, doesn't work. I don't think it works like very well. The Easter egg was kind of messy. I didn't quite understand the Easter egg. Just like, well, transit at a
as to your true
simple Easter
nature,
egg.
child. I will be cautious.
But Die Rise was, I don't know. The concept map was pretty legit. Like, I like the idea of where they were taking it. It's just the way they implemented
Spirits
was
are being pulled within.
okay-ish, in a way. And fucking Who's Who Bird is a piece of trash, alright? It's a waste of slot. It's a waste of perk slot, alright? Like, nah. Like, why would you invent a fucking perk that's the only thing that it does is just, like, make you in another body with, like, your soul, and only start, like, have a pistol. You're around, like, what, 30 or a higher round. You can get fucked by this if you're not playing smart, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm not saying I'm not playing smart, it's just a stupid perk. That's all. Just like fucking Tombstone, Black Ops 2 Tombstone. It was shit. But
Perhaps this music may
it was better in survival than the normal map.
It has to be.
The normal map, which was trans. In survival, you could like legit get all perks on the map just because of Tombstone. That was essential. That was okay-ish. And the system bent, alright, in that game.
I feel my limbs have a
make
greater
things
fluidity of movement and
Alright.
balance.
Because you can legit save up like the max amount of money, and just in other games you can get like the whole money and buy everything on the map just because it's to save money. And now come Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead was a different take. It was not developed by the same developer, which, well, you know, that made like Black Ops that had the ideas of zombie from well, that were in Black Ops 1. You know, it was made by Jason Blundell, and the man was a genius. All right, the man was a genius. A map on Alcatraz, on an historical fucking place. It was amazing. The map was great. The map was good looking. They changed
I feel my
Alcatraz
limbs
like
have a greater fluidity of
really
movement and
much.
balance.
They really changed Alcatraz as hell. Alright? And then comes the purgatory purgatory ideas, which were characters in purgatory in IRL that were waiting for an execution trial, you know? And in the end, you understand that what happened in IRL, which the Weasel got stabbed in
Carpenter.
roof, and then they got their trial on the electric chair. So that's why they were in the purgatory, because they did all bad things and all that shit, but they could still be like saved from that purgatory. You see what I mean? Because that's what a purgatory is for, just like to test you to see if you're worthy to go to heaven or not. So in the end, if you did go, like I think it's 4 times you did go to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Haven't got many shells left.
That Easter egg, fly to the Golden Gate and listen to memos in the map. That was interesting. All right. You had a battle sequence at the end, which was surprising for a zombie game, because you know, zombie is supposed to be okay. You're a team, you gotta work together, okay, talk to each other, revive each other, help each other. But then it was this. Yo, you see this Weasel kid? You gotta kill him, man. It's either you or fucking him. And if you kill the Weasel, the cycle still goes. The cycle is not broken. But if the Weasel managed to kill all 3 of the gang, the cycle was broken. The cycle was broken, and they're free. But in reality, we learned that the cycle was not broken. They died there, and the soul is stuck in Alcatraz forever. And the purgatory. So it was an interesting map. Damn.
Yeah.
Buried.
Hold on a second. Alright, you can continue.
Yeah, buried. You know, if Treyarch wanted me to go play fucking Red Dead, I would have just hopped on Red Dead. You know, the concept, like I'm going to talk a lot about concepts.
I cannot keep firing
concepts
for
were
much
there,
longer.
all right. So it's a western village that was teleported in Angola. I mean, Africa, Egypt.
The soul of a warrior.
Under the earth, alright, and then zombie outbreak came and all that shit, and then there's a guy, Leroy, that we learned from old medieval ages, the dark ages, that teleported and in time switched dimension and advanced in time further to end up in that town.
You came.
You know, the concept was there. It was there, but it was missing something, some information from the future that we learned while playing other Black Ops games, alright? But, you know, there was much more implementation in there, or modification in there, which in a way blew my mind, but at the same time, like, a couple of games later, like, just playing back again, like, buried with my friend, just trying to do, like, you know, stupid glitches and Easter egg. You know, I understood that, yo, okay, this is not like Black Ops 1, will not work, but I like it, and at the same time, I don't like it. So, the improvements, there was, like, new guns, all that shit, new enemy type, you know, which has the witches. That I hate those bitches so fucking much. They steal your cash when they touch you. And that's a pain in the ass. But you get rewarded if you like go in the mansion, pass it without getting touched by the witches. Free perk, right? You get rewarded with a free perk. The time bomb, alright?
It is unwise to stand in the
You can
path
put
of the
a bomb in at a certain round, and you can travel back to that round. You know,
Perhaps you will choose to sacrifice yourself.
I gotta say, I
for the
trolled a
greater
lot, like
good.
in gameplay with the time bomb. So I put it like the time of a round 5, and we're like what, round 15, and I just switched back to round 5. So they lost everything that they had, and you know, time bomb had its purpose, but the trolls saw a way to fucking ruin that purpose, alright? And with that, I remember there was a time glitch where you can get like a lot of fucking money just by going back in time and abusing the bank system, alright? Because if I remember correctly, the drops don't get affected by the time bomb, if I remember correctly. So, and getting your money, or depositing money, there was a way to like give it to players by putting it as a drop, and the drop wasn't really affected by it. Your money could get like infinitely produced by this glitch, I think. If I remember correctly, it's been a while since I played the league. But then came the introduction of Reagan Mark II, which was OP at the time, and I very liked it so damn much that Mark II compared to Mark I was a beast, was a god, and nobody wanted to use like, you know, the Reagan Mark I ever again. And you know, kids back then were like, oh my god, I got the ray gun! Proceeds to fire and waste these rounds just to like let people know that they got the ray gun. And you know, like, bro, motherfucker got a ray gun, okay? But now with the ray gun Mark II, the squeakers, when they get like the Mark I, they're like, oh, no, I don't want it here. And you know, they were crying. I legit saw someone crying because they didn't get the Mark II. Yeah. And
You insult
About,
me with your insolence.
Sorry, I'll let you continue with the Reagan Mark II.
The child.
I'll let you continue that.
yeah,
I'll let
with
you continue.
the implement of the Ray Gun Mark II, they added it to every
my
map.
friend would say.
For every map in
Became
Black Ops,
convinced that your
Black
voice
Ops
had
2.
a
That
message
was
from
great.
the ancients.
I don't think they added it in Survival, if I remember. But
Mystical
like in the
realms.
rock-based map, like the original map, which the original crew, well, within Black Ops 2, well, they had the Mark II.
You should not have disturbed the graves
what were
of
you
the
gonna say?
ancients.
I was gonna ask to finish off, like at least kind of finish off, because there's two parts of Black Ops 2 that would finish off. Just the last part is obviously a summary of how you feel about Black Ops 2 Zombies.
Oh yeah,
But
okay,
one before that is the obvious one, that seems to be above base.
we gotta talk
That's
about this bad boy. Yeah, this bad boy,
Your
the
touch
fucking,
offends
you know,
me.
the daddy, the fucking daddy of Black Ops 2, the daddy.
Manifests itself from the thin
I would have
air.
said
Mob of the Dead-
I would
Mob of the
have
Dead
said
was the mom.
reason.
Mob of the Dead was the mom. Origin was the fucking dad. Because with these two ideas, these two maps came Black Ops 3 in the same way, alright? So with Origin, okay, a huge throwback with our original characters Zombies, but in a different
The
universe.
spirits of my ancestors
So
are with
not
me.
the Ultimus universe or the Victus universe. The Victus universe is the Black Ops 2 characters. It was Primus, alright? Primus. Primus says first,
There's a way
alright?
to open the gateway.
So they are the first, and we'll get to that like
I am unsure
later.
as to your true
Black Ops
nature,
3.
child.
Why they call Primus and all
I
that shit?
will be
Because
cautious.
time traveling and fucking multiple universes, I like that shit. So, alright. Like I said, the daddy, alright, the daddy. It had huge changes, huge motherfucking changes,
pulled
alright?
within.
It was something to see, like, yo, we're back in action, baby, and with our lovely characters, different but the same, alright?
Double points.
And you know, when you do the Easter egg for helping Samantha and all that shit, you're like, okay, where the fuck does she come from? And you know, you learn in a way that when she says, oh yeah, I'm your daddy. What do you mean?
cannot keep firing
daddy?
for much longer.
I'm your daughter. I'm your daughter from, you know, I'm your daughter. And Max says, yo, I don't have a fucking daughter. That's when you understand, okay.
Perhaps this music may keep us.
So she's from the future? Or
It's
what?
one of the songs. It has
And
to be.
you realize that she was from the future and another dimension. Alright?
Down to my last
Another
few
universe.
rounds.
But when they implemented those special weapons, well, you gotta create them, which was the stabs, right? The stabs. It was mind-blowing. You could go high around with those bad
I feel my
boys and
limbs
all that
have a
shit.
greater
You could
fluidity of movement
upgrade
on
them,
balance.
which was kind of a pain in the ass. But the enemies were good. All right, the Panzer is a pain in the ass, but he was great on that shit. The special zombies that go like generator from generator, just like to fucking steal their and when we're fighting them and destroy them, like, and you gotta stop it. It was fun. It was creative. You always had something to do in that map. Either fucking running around, going the giants, right? The robots, or just fucking pursue bitches that destroyed your generator, right? And that was fun. The idea was fun. And then came, so that's the third DLC, and we know what happened after 3 DLCs. Well, except for the last one, because they had 4, which implemented well, that were maps in Black Ops 1.
Ammo urgently!
Right, you realize, okay, it's the end. Where's it going to go next? Is it going to continue with those, with the crew?
Release me,
Or is it
demon!
just going to stop there because, like, you know, it's not going anywhere? So, in summary, I think Black Ops 2 was loved because of Misty's tits, alright? But, no.
Well, not gonna lie, I will admit me playing a couple times during transit. I was not gonna lie. Whenever I was playing transit and someone else was Misty, if they were AFK, I was just gonna. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm done.
I remember at what point I was like, yo, I'm not Misty, I'm fucking leaving.
I am
You know?
not afraid to die in battle!
I did that for a couple of times, and I was like, yo, bitch, I just want to play, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway.
With Black Ops 2, I will have say it's a kind of mixed bag in some states with its gameplay and variety and maps. Although I will say that for what it is, Black Ops 2 is very, very good with DLC.
Bro, we forgot something.
What?
We forgot Nuketown Zombies. Holy shit.
Yeah, we can cover that, yeah.
Holy shit, Nuketown Zombies? Yo, Nuketown is a classic in fucking Call of Duty history. You know, and like, starting from fucking Black Ops 1, every Call of Duty has its Nuketown. Well, Black Ops, made by Kratos.
Yeah.
And so when they released Black Ops, like, 2025, I was like, oh shit, okay, my man is back. But then when they released Black Ops, Nuketown Zombies, I was like, yo! Now shit hits the fans. Shit hits the fans, you know? And
Doesn't usually shit hit the fan means it's bad?
no, shit hit the fan means, yo, it's crazy.
I cannot keep
Get your
firing
ass over
for
here,
much longer!
because guns are flying, alright? Bullets are flying. And it was so damn impressive, like,
I have the soul of a
start
warrior!
with 0 fucking shit, no perks and all that shit, and like, at a certain time, like, at a certain, like, when you kill enough zombies, I think, when the counter hits 0, right, the population hits 0, and like, you get a new perk and all that shit, and yo, it was insane. It was insane. And then you realize at the end of the match, like, the missiles from the moon are dropping into the earth, and you're like, okay, why?
Get it open.
But then if you play play long enough, after round 25, you see that the announcer of zombies is changed. Has changed.
It goes from Maxis to Richtofen, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes from Samantha Maxis from Richtofen, and then you see like, yo, so Nuketown Zombies is happening at the same time of Moon, you know? And you get in the middle of the match, like you get some dialogues from like the TV radio in the greenhouse, right? From the TV, you get some dialogues, and you see like, oh yeah, Rick Toppin is trying shit and all that stuff. Why we hear it, I don't know. I cannot recall why do we hear him like right there.
This defies
I think
logic.
it's set in Nevada, and you know it's picking the transmission of Griffin Station. You know, because like at the start of the map of Moon, you start in the No Man's Land, which is on Earth, which is in kind of the area 51. You know?
Yeah.
It is unwise to
Which
stand
was
in
the
the path
Boom Lake
of the
station,
robot.
right? And I think that's because, and all that. So it's at the same time nostalgic
Perhaps
because
you will
like
choose to
you feel
sacrifice
like,
yourself
yo,
for the greater
I
good.
feel like I'm in Black Ops 1 because it's at the same time of Black Ops 1 and at the same time of Moon, but differently. And yeah, and it was a big idea. It was a big idea. I liked it. If they remade Nuketown Zombies, I would definitely buy 100%. I don't care. I don't care which, like, how it looks, like, if it's futuristic or all that shit. It's Nuketown. It's Nuketown. Alright? It's Nuketown. But yeah. So that concludes fucking Black Ops 2.
Aye, definitely.
And on to Black Ops 3,
Can
right?
you hear me?
Yeah, with Black Ops 3, I
You
myself,
have to help me.
similar scenario, but
I
I'd
just
say
wanna go
it's
home.
probably a lot worse than Black Ops 2. Black Ops 3, not gonna lie, I wasn't really, not like with Black Ops 2, like with Town from Transit, it was at least playable. I will say Shadows of Evil, I think I found that map a lot more fun to play once I got more used to it. But the whole tedious shit to try and get Pack-a-Punch or power felt a bit much, but not too much that it was annoying. We'll get to that eventually, the whole annoying tedious phase. We'll get to that when World War II gets around the corner, but until then, we've got Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3, similar scenario with Black Ops 2, only got one map, so you had to work with that, which was kind of annoying, but for what it was, Black Ops 3's Shadows of Evil was actually pretty fun. You had the return of the ray gun, but no ray gun Mark II. Most of the perks were back. Zombies, taps. Yeah, I think it was a 3-tap. Yeah, that was probably World War II, wasn't it? Yeah, that was World War II.
It was a 3-tap on Black Ops 3.
No, it was 3-tap for you to get down, so that was a bit easier to handle. New characters again, well at least once, so then the rest of it was the OG. And those new characters, they weren't the celebrities, but they weren't the celebrities voicing themselves, but you got, like, recognizable. You got Ron Perlman, I could recognize him off the bat. I forgot the other two, but Jeff Goldblum, that's a surprise. Jeff Goldblum being in Zombies, that's something I never thought I would hear come out of my mouth. With the other maps, like, the Giant, Remastered Deriz, that was a slap. Of course I love that, especially, like, not much changes, so I can't really say much about Giant, but it was still a slap. With the Future Annihilation remix, that was actually quite nice when I heard that. It was a nice little remix version, and it was pretty dope. What's the map after that? I forgot what they called it. Der Heisendrach, that's it. Der Heisendrach. I honestly couldn't remember that map much. The only problem is that Black Ops 3 maps aren't that memorable for me. I didn't really play them a lot similar scenario until I got the DLCs and Chronicles, and that wasn't much for me. So, Der Heisendrach? Der Heisendrach, I thought it was alright. I didn't think it was probably the best map, but that's probably because I didn't get to play it enough and because I thought it was quite complex, and no one that I knew that played Black Ops 3 had any idea how the fuck it worked. But when I did, the bows were OP, they were fun to use. Trying to think what else is on the map. Shino Zetsubo, whatever it's called, Zetsubo, that was Zetsubo no Shima, that was dull as hell, except for the Takio piece about him and the honor killing himself. That was actually quite dramatic. But to be honest, I thought that map was quite dull for what it was, so I didn't really find it that much interesting. Similar scenario. Gorod Krobi, I don't know why, but that had the vibe to it, that really clicked with me. But I just didn't get that much with Black Ops 3. I really didn't. And like, another thing is that it felt kind of easy as well with the Gobblegums. If you got in plain sight, then you could practically survive high rounds that you could breeze through. Gobblegums for me made Black Ops 3 kind of a breeze for most of their maps. Revelations, that's actually the last one, Revelations. I felt it could be more wonder weapons, more like fucking map spaces. Similar scenario like with Black Ops 2, I unfortunately didn't play it as much, so for what it is though, I will say that Black Ops 3 was fun for what I did play, especially with Shadows of Evil. Shadows of Evil was my main play with Black Ops 3, but it was fun. Then came Chronicles, which was remasters of old maps, and that clicked. That very much fucking clicked for me, Chronicles. That was dope as hell, being able to play classic maps with new graphics. That really fucking latched on with me, and I fucking loved every second I managed to get. Especially with Kino, because Kino is my fucking favorite map.
It takes a special
I'm the one asking the questions. With the Chronicles, it's the same scenario with the previous maps to talk about, so it's not much. Black Ops 3 Zombies overall for me was alright. The main highlight was Chronicles and Shadows for me, and Revelations being maybe a close second. But I just felt that Black Ops 3 was a bit tedious for most of the perk system in some areas. So, with Black Ops 3, I just very much didn't really get a strong enough connection to feel anything, unlike Black Ops or World at War. None of those, like, and Black Ops 2 had a strong enough connection, but still it's kind of the same scenario. I didn't really feel much from it, except for Chronicles and Shadows, which were pretty fun, but nothing that really spoke to me in a way. But obviously a few seconds before the finishing of part 2 of the video, or the video collection, you said that Black Ops 3 was like your favorite.
Well, here's what. Right? Like I said earlier, with Black Ops 1, the thing is, it's like a rocket, right? They're sending a rocket to space, and they want to see how far it goes, right? But at one point, you know, your rocket ship runs out of fuel, right? And it just floats in space because there's no friction at all that shit. And when it's out of fucking fuel, this is where your reach point is. It stops there, but it still goes, you know? It still moves on. So this is what happened with Black Ops 3. It reaches max point, and they just went on with it, right? So with Black Ops 3, you said, oh, it was easy and all that shit because of the double gun and the perk system and all this and 3-hit damages, you know, the 3-hit before you go down. And I understand some people thought it was so much easy and all that shit, and it was bad because it was too much easy. When they want to play zombies, they want to challenge, you know what I mean? And all that. But like, you gotta understand that. Yes, they give us trickier scenarios, like to make Pack-a-Punch or the Easter eggs. but at the same time, they
There ought to
gave
be a
us the
law against
material
you.
to help us, you know?
Why did you?
So, you gotta see Gubblegums as
Guys, you're gonna have to be
a
little more
material
specific there, pal.
for you to use if you want it or not, to help you in
Come
your
on, you
game
flying
development
shitheads, I'm ready
and all
for
that
you.
shit, and to get more deeper, much more deeper, right? And
That's assaulting an officer.
you know, they give you that
You try to drag me down with you?
numerous things to explore in the timeline and the story of zombies and all that shit. Because, like I said, they open the gate for multiple universes.
Thank
And,
heavens for
you know,
that. I was getting low.
If you confess.
I'm a guy of science, okay? I like science, all that shit, and that just like, yo, multiple universes? Alright. I'm into that shit, because like, I don't know, there's something
I don't know
with
how to
multiple
describe
universes
that
that
taste.
makes me like go
It's on the tip of
burr.
my tongue.
Alright? Just like feeling like, just like thinking about, okay, what's happening in the other universe, okay?
Let's see what
But
lies
anyway, now with maps, alright, they had great maps, alright? Except this Machine. I didn't really like
I
it.
got a feeling
But
Jack
hey,
B's about
most
to
of the
put
maps
a
were
hurting on the
awesome
next
and all that
freak I
shit.
see.
Shadows of Evil, at first it was okay. You know, it was the same purpose of Mob of the Dead, which was in Purgatory. Alright, but the more you play, the more you're like,
Blowing those things up only delays the inevitable.
so it's Mob of the Dead's brother, right? It happens in the same universe as Mob of the Dead. Well, I'm talking about the out of Purgatory sequence universe, you know, and all that shit. And then when you complete the Easter egg, you see a portal that opens, and you see Primus Richtofen coming out of there, and you're like, oh. So he's a dimension jumper, okay. Yeah. And alright. I get that this is zombies and they have like multiple fucking like elemental shit that
Anyone
can
else
like
dizzy coming back from that? Feels good.
make fucking zombies explode with fire-ups or like just like regenerate ammo like this. But you know, if they developed more on the dimension fucking jumping and all that shit, like, I think it would have been great on that part. But the system was pretty fucking well, I gotta say. Alright. You know, you feel like a motherfucker, you feel like a badass motherfucker from the start, even though you start with a pistol. Alright. And all that shit. The maps were great. Alright, my favorite was Der Heisendrach. Alright? Because with the bows. And they were pretty OP, you can upgrade them too. You learn more into the universe jumping. You gotta kill Ultima's version, alright? To save, to get their souls in the summoning key, which Richtofen got from Shadows of Evil, alright?
This gun is worth diddly squat without bullets.
And while upgrading the bows, you get more story on the map and all that shit, and who the bows were made for, and all of that. The best bow is the electric bow, alright? Okay? And I'm not gonna even talk about the fucking wolf bow because it sucks ass.
How
Alright?
long's
I
this
had
shit
one
been
friend.
sitting here?
I had one friend who said, "Oh, the wolf bow is the best," and since then we're still like fucking laughing at this quote because it's such a stupid fucking quote.
Let's see what lies beneath.
It's a stupid bow. Anyway.
Lies beneath.
After that came Zetsubu no Shima.
What about, hold on, before you talk about Zetsu, what about the Giant? What about Giant? Do you have a say on that?
Oh
We
yeah,
gotta get this thing open. We're penned in like livestock.
memories. That's all I gotta say.
Fair enough, that's actually a good point. Go on then, Zetsu. That's not
Zetsubu
bad,
no
that's not
Shima,
bad.
okay. It's Zetsubu no Shima, okay? I was in... Yeah, we don't have the same school system,
We
so
gotta get
fuck
this thing
this.
open. We're penned
Alright,
in like
so
livestock.
I was still in school, alright? And you know,
Perfect
I played
timing.
the
Just what I needed.
Tsubushima. I didn't like it as much as Der Eisendrache.
Tough on you, big
You know,
guy.
it's not. It's just the people in the map. All right, the people in the map were annoying. Annoying, not as annoying as Shangri-La's, but annoying. Okay, it wasn't that.
I'm not letting any of your heads take a bite out of me.
Then comes the rock quarry, which happens in Stalingrad. All right, in another version of Stalingrad, which was fighting like it was a three-side war. So the Russians, the zombies, and dragons. All right, and it was.
You gotta exercise your right to remain silent
There
now.
was some bit of a German. Well, yeah. It was a great concept and all that. After that came Revelation, which was legit a remaster of maps. Alright?
At least small sections of maps.
Yeah. Yeah, Revelation. It was kind of the remaster of like multiple maps. Alright, and it was great. It was great. It was like in space. I liked very much the idea. It was like at the top of the top, you know, you saw it was the fucking ending of Black Ops 3. Well, zombies, I mean. And I liked how that DLC was dedicated mainly
You wanna know what's
for
weird?
zombies. Like,
I'm getting used
you know,
to that.
when you get
When you get other DLCs that before they like
Yeah.
include multiplayer maps and zombies,
Yeah,
but
it
this
was-
one was
it
purely
was,
dedicated
like-
to zombies. It was only one zombies map.
No. It was like, you know, other DLCs was like, oh, multiplayer and zombies. It was focusing on the two sides, you know. But when they released the DLC trailer, it was more focusing like on the zombie side. Even the cover of the DLC was zombies. Like, it was zombies. It was not like the guy like fucking holding guns or multiple guys, you know, holding guns. You know, it was zombies. Alright, it was zombies. It was premise screw on that, and you know,
Crazy. Those fuckers.
when showing that, like, people realize, okay,
Yeah.
it's the end. You know, it's the end. Because Black Ops 3 got like the both parties, multiplayer party and zombie party, closer, and yeah.
Yeah.
So it was great. It was super fucking great. I liked it. The ending was sad. Well, sad in a way, yes, because like, yo, it's the end. But at the same time, you're like, is it really the end? Because Dr. Monk would just send him
Thank
back
heavens for
in
that. I was
time,
getting low.
just like where it all
Jackie
began.
B claims that a minor
And-
victory.
Which of course it wasn't, but
It was the beginning. It was the beginning, but not the end. So, like I said, you know, the idea, like I talked about cycles and all that shit. The cycle was not broken. You know, and they drank some blood vials from the people in Blood of the Dead. You know,
Hell yeah.
I mean, Blood of the Dead is later. And so they could not vanish and disappear because they erased like all the other universes. All right, and they could get back into the cycle because Black Ops 3 is legit a cycle. Black Ops 3 Zombie is the cycle. Right? Well, everything from the start was a big old cycle, right? So this is why it gets deep. People weren't liking it that it goes so deep like that. But for real, me, I liked it very fucking much.
Hey, shit stain.
I don't say that the story part is like much of an issue for me. I still find it interesting. I kind of got confused after Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
probably
mean-
because I didn't have someone explain it to me because I was very lost what the hell was going on, but I still find it very
Yeah.
intriguing.
Yeah, it can be confusing if you don't like realize that, okay, so this is after like Moon. Well, if you go deeper into details, right? So it can be confusing, but like if you listen to a video, like, you know, at first I was confused as hell, just like you were. Oh, Black Ops 3. I was confused as hell. I was like, oh, what the heck? I still enjoy the game, but what the heck? What the heck is going on with the story and all that shit? Because I play for the story mainly too, right? For the gameplay, but the story too, right? And I listened to a video that like, you know, lasted like 50 minutes, all right? That explained like from it was multiple parts, all right, and all that. And it made me like, you know, understand the story and where it was heading and how it was and all that shit. And then Chronicle game came out, which I was super happy about. No, like I said, memories, right?
Yeah.
But it goes deeper than memories, alright? So, you know, it's the old map and all that shit, but it's not like the original map. And they even explain it, like in game. Dr. Marty explains it in game why it's like that, like why it's different. Like, you know, it's different because it's another universe. It's not the same universe. That's why, like in Ascension, you can see like the Shadow Man in a window. That's why things are different. That's why.
When not long ago, this kind of stuff was prohibited. I've been shot 3 times in the line of duty. Takes
That's
more
why,
than a scratch to bother me.
That's why it's textured and all that shit, because it's in a different universe. That's why you have double guns in there. That's why
This is a
you
racket
have
designed to torment us.
different guns in there, because it's in another universe. And they took their time to fucking explain it, so that's why I like fucking Treyarch for doing this and all that. And
Do you have like a final say for Black Ops 3?
yeah, it was like at the top of the mountain, right? It was a beast. It was a beast. They knew what they were doing. They knew how to do it, and they pleased a lot of people. It was a huge comeback from Black Ops 2.
Definitely.
When not long ago, this kind of stuff was prohibited.
So,
I've been shot 3
for
times in the line
overall,
of duty.
same
Takes more than a
sort of
scratch
similar.
to bother me.
Obviously, I have a different opinion on Black Ops 3. However, I can admit that story-wise, it did go in
This is a
a
racket
lot of
designed
depth.
to
Obviously, a little bit
torment us.
confusing, but I will admit that Black Ops 3, for what it was still a pretty good zombies. Just I wouldn't call it like the brightest in terms of execution in some areas. After Black Ops 3, Treyarch didn't really make another Call of Duty because it's usually in the order of Infinity Ward, and at this point it was actually Sledgehammer with Advanced Warfare, but unfortunately I have no footage for Advanced Warfare Zombies, so I could...
I mean, I could talk a little bit about. I played a little bit. One word.
Sure,
Shit
yeah.
show. Shit show.
What the fuck
It's
is
a
this?
shit show.
Fair
It was
enough then.
hard as hell.
That's a good enough.
Well, it's my opinion. I don't think it's. I don't know if what other people say, but from my opinion, it's not worth it.
No, I can get what you mean. After Sledgehammer, though, even Treyarch didn't make a game, but that might be because they were working on Black Ops 4. I don't know what the story was. I don't know what Activision was doing, because obviously it's Activision. They've always been a bunch of, well, twats. But instead we got Infinity Ward taking the zombies' hand, and I think it's fair to say we don't talk about Infinite Warfare. I played it like twice. I just, what the fuck happened here? Infinity Ward, you need to know when your best stuff is. Zombies clearly isn't it. I don't know what happened here, but kind of fucked it here, buddy. Have you got to say at all with Infinite Warfare?
What a pile of goofball that was. Like,
Sounds fair enough to me.
you know, it was goofy. It was goofy.
That's
It was goofy.
that's fair enough. Then
Even the new fucking Star Wars games were better than this shit.
depends which one. Because if you're saying the Rise of
No,
Skywalker
it's
is better
Infinite
than
Warfare. What is less better than fucking this? Nothing. GTA 5 is.
No, GTA Online. GTA Online. GTA 5 story is alright.
It's on another level.
Okay, never mind then.